So, match number 3 would see a number 1 contendership for the ORW community title, as Hunter Oakleigh would face off against Matt Kraven. Now, two very talented youngsters in this one. Kraven being the bigger guy. He's probably not used to being the big guy in a match, but he certainly was in this one. The early lockup would actually see Kraven overpower Hunter at this point. Never know whether to call him Hunter, never know whether to call him. I'm going to call him Oakleigh, actually. Test of strength. But Oakleigh would win this one. He'd win through, and then a crossbody attempt would just flop, unfortunately. Kraven would start to wear him down and perform a series of holds to try to keep wearing down Oakleigh at this point. But Oakleigh would perform an arm drag. He'd send Kraven outside, and then Oakleigh would fly. The Hunter would fly like an arrow through the air, through the ropes. He'd then parade Kraven round the fans, so the fans could chop him. No one ever comes in my direction. I don't understand that, Although, to be fair, I don't want the chop back that I'd probably get if I performed the chop. Anyway, Kraven would get back in control. He'd perform the sweeper kick off the apron. It's just a proper sweeping motion through with the foot. Absolutely love it. He'd then hit a suplex for a 2 count. He'd carry on beating down Oakleigh at this point for another 2 count. And Kraven would start to push the rule books at this point. But Oakleigh would get back in it with a great leg sweep. Or so I thought. But then Kraven would hit a nasty lariat for a 2 count. He'd then hit the knees to the back of the head. And he'd get the pin. And you think at this point it was pretty much over. But Oakleigh, great ring awareness, would get his foot on the rope. And these two just, Oakleigh would head up top and he'd go for the high-risk manoeuvre. But Kraven would just walk away, much like Samoa Joe does, just walk out the way, and the move was missed. But Oakleigh wasn't to be outdone. He'd hit the lariat, he'd hit a springboard arm drag, and he'd fire up at this point. He'd head up top, hit the missile drop kick. He'd miss from the top rope, sorry. Can't even read my own handwriting, my own shorthand anyway. Kraven would hit the super kick for a 2 count. Oakleigh, though, would hit a handspring wheel kick and head up top again. Kraven would join him, but Oakleigh would hit the arrow kick and pick up the win to be crowned the number 1 contender. These two youngsters put on a great match. The fans were thoroughly entertained throughout this one. I didn't know who to cheer for. I love both of these guys. Fantastic talents, as I say. Kraven, great attempts, great showing. He did everything he could. He pushed Oakleigh right to the limit. Either man could have won this one. Oakleigh won through, with all his high-risk manoeuvres. It's make or break for the high-risk manoeuvres. But, he managed to hit that arrow kick at the end. And he did very well to stay in this one with the bigger opponent. But yeah, as I say, he hit the arrow kick at the end to give him the victory and number 1 contendership. So, look forward to that title match in future. Anyway, both these two youngsters, absolutely fantastic talents. They're only going to get better. They're just going to get better with every single match they have live. Go and check these two guys out. Any chance you get for yourselves.